Hey everybody, Glad Dad here, and I figured I would show you guys the deck that I played at the Indianapolis Regional this past weekend. I got 53rd, so I just missed top 48. I guess my tiebreakers kind of screwed me out of it. I went X3, and we played, as you guys can see, we played Swordsoul. I think I played Swordsoul most because I was comfortable with the deck. Still tweaking Tri-Brigade, Glads, and stuff like that. It's really hard to compete in the meta right now with the decks that are on the meta. They've got too much all compacted into one. I just don't think the decks are really good right now. But I'll go ahead and get into it. Like I said, we played Swordsoul, but I played a very interesting version of Swordsoul. So we played your standard 3 Ecclesias. I like this at 3. Most of the time, once they find out you're on Swordsoul, they'll go first because they're going to try to stop you from playing anyway. But typically I could side one out going game 3 or even sometimes side 2. But we played 3 Ecclesia. Then the rest of it's pretty standard. We played the 3 Moe, the 3 Long Wands, and double Taya. Like I said, it's pretty standard for Swordsoul. Up next, we played the 10E package, so we played this 3 Ashuna. I think it's pretty standard. We played triple Vishuda. We played 3 Adhara. This is the one that I've seen a lot of people cut the 2. I still liked it at 3 because I just wanted to see a name. We played the 1 Shatana. Mostly because we are still playing, we're still playing 3 circles. Now, this card was almost the MVP of the entire tournament. I dodged so much with this, and just the follow-up off this card alone is insane. Then we play the 3 Emergence, which is pretty standard again, your Rhoda for the deck. Then we played the 2 Desires. This is the only deck I like this card in. We played the 1 Called By. And then on to what, if you noticed so far in the deck, I played zero hand traps. I opted to play the more of the board breaking cards that I've seen lately. Like we played 3 Dark Ruler. This card was absolutely insane. Played 3 Talents. This card, again, bonkers. Just let me keep drawing or steal stuff. Now, this next card, and I want to shout out to Joel and Javi for giving me this list, or helping me tweak the list and play the list and know my matchups and stuff. This next card was absolutely insane, and I think it caught a lot of people off guard. And they really didn't expect this out of Swordsoul, but I was main decking triple Super Poly. I'll show you, you'll see the targets in the extra deck here soon. But so many Sprite players and mostly Sprite, a couple Rogue. They all did not see this coming. The Flunder player did not see this coming. The Dynamorphia player, this completely turned off Dynamorphia. He just lost. Last we played the 1 Blackout, and then if you guys know anything about this format and Swordsoul, we are main decking the triple Rivalry. Why? Because this deck can play it for free, and it messes up the other decks in the format. So onto the extra deck. I changed it a bit due to the help of Joel and Javi, and then just kind of what I think it would cater more to this format. So I cut Monk back to 2, which the 3rd one I never needed. Never needed it. We played the 1 Shaman. She never came up this format. At the regional, she never came up. Never summoned her once. Standard 2 Chi-Shaos. I don't think you need any more than that. The 1 Berserker. This guy closes your games for you. Like I said, it's pretty standard Swordsoul. The double Boxia, the 1 Yazi. Shout out to was it Guardian Games? The employee at Guardian Games that recognized me from YouTube. Then your 10s, you got the 1 Cheng-Ying, the 1 Longwan, the 1 Baron. And then last, this card, this is how you make a Flunder player mad. Is you you Crimson Blader them so they can't summon anything else. This card was cracked. This was this really was a good card against a lot of Rogue and other matchups. Then for Super Poly, of course, we play our Super Poly targets. We play the one Mud Dragon because he's a worm, and we play Garuda. This card is cracked. I love this card so much. This makes me want to main deck Super Poly in almost every deck I'm playing right now. I think this card is insane because you can literally Super Poly them with this, then normal the Ecclesia, then sync these two off to make Baron and draw a card. So I think it's really nice. Then off to the side deck, since I played it at the regional, I'll show you guys what I'm playing this format. I play the one Pank. I think this card is insane against Sprite because you summon it and it forces, like, you just run over Toad. Like, it forces them, they have to interact with this card. We play the one Harpy's Feather Duster. We play triple Cyclone. The reason I played 3 Cyclone is because of Mystic Mind X, obviously, Floodgates, and then Runic, to out the Runic Fountain because you can't destroy it because of the Hugin fusion monster. So most of the time you just play Cosmic. Don't hate me, guys, but I played 3 Mine just because Swordsoul can insanely play around this card. But Konami, this card needs to be banned. It needs to be put in check. It needs to get rid of. It needs to go. But I never cited it in once, never used it once. But with Heavenly Dragon Circle and this card, you can force your opponent to play under Mine because you can make Chi Xiao, set your circle, activate Mine, and pass. And then if your opponent attempts to play the game, you can just circle your Chi Xiao and then they're stuck under Mine. Then 3 evenly matches. This card was cracked against Dynamorphia, against Sprite, once you Dark Ruler them and stuff like that. It's just overall a good card, this format. I think for back row decks for sure. Shout out to Javi again for this last minute change. I was going to play anti-spells, but instead I played Summon Limits, and I liked Summon Limits so much better. I beat a dude to death with a Baron and backed up with a Summon Limit. Like, it just, like, Sprite can't outplay through this. Tearlament has a hard time playing through this. Like, it's really hard for them to out this card. And then last but not least, the one Red Reboot. Again, just, you don't want to get debarriered if you can possibly stop it. But that is the deck profile for what I played at the regional. Like I said, the reason I chose Swordsoul is I think Swordsoul is still a really good meta contender. The deck is fairly cheap now. And in the right hands and a good pilot, this deck is insane. But other than that, like I said, shout outs to Javi and Joel for helping me with the list, and I'm really glad that I settled with it and played it. Because overall, I think it performed really, really well. I know I misplayed in round, I think it was round 3. No, 2. Round 2 I misplayed, and I shotgunned my blackout before I should have waited. It was against Sprite, and I shotgunned my blackout too early, and it cost me the game. But other than that, I think that's it for the deck profile.